this year in this book of Mark. It's interesting because we said that the word astonished means to drive out, to expel, to drive away from. We looked last week as this man was in the synagogue with spirits who were unclean inside of him, demonic spirits inside a man, comfortably resting in the synagogue. The word was not going forth. Christ was not there, so the unclean spirits felt quite comfortable there. When Christ showed up, the scribes had question about him and about his authority. And Christ turned to these demonic spirits, these unclean spirits, and he told them to be muzzled, and they did indeed flee. They fled from the man. And we saw how that was indeed astonishing. It says that they were astonished. The reason being because it expelled their notions about who Christ is or was. They had this understanding about the Messiah. They had this understanding about God. The scribes were religious people. They made their living copying the accounts of Scripture to make sure that when we read it today in 2018, that what we have is accurate and reliable because the work of the scribes. They had a role. They had a significant role. They had a holy role. They had a purpose. However, in doing the functions of ministry and doing the functions of the work of God, they missed relationship with God. It's one thing to know about him. It's one thing to write down what he has done. It's one thing to read about him. It's a whole nother thing to live by it. So the scribes were astonished because he expelled the notions they had about him. This week, I don't know, I can't say for sure it's the same scribes, but some scribes who write, who make their living capturing the words of Scripture, are this week fully amazed. We said that astonished is our key word, is our title word for the study. However, there are some synonymous terms. We'll see utterly astounded along the way. We'll see amazed several times along the way. When we talk about being amazed, it is similar to being astonished in that it is to drive out of your senses. We have a sense with our eyes, we have a sense with our ears, we have this sense of what is going on around us, but when we are amazed, by definition, it means to drive out of our senses. We're seeing things, we're hearing things, we're experiencing things like never before because we've come face to face with Christ. He's intersected our life and he's found us right where we are and he has made himself known to us. When Christ makes himself known to you, it is amazing. And so this morning,